also goes 3 maps. I think, yeah, these two teams could be very close in terms of their ability. It just comes down to
we have Bleed on defense, we have
the form on the day,
DFM
going to
on
perform
attack.
to the higher level. We saw
And
last time.
just keep an eye on pistols. We've got
Came out
3
Zest and
classic
EA
armors.
Really put up some big numbers. Hoping to see them have a similar performance. Same could be said of May on the other side of DFM, who certainly takes that duelist role into his own hands and tries to solo carry the team.
Okay, let's have a clean game, chat.
Obviously enabled by
Know what
his
I mean?
teammates, but definitely the guy who pops off more often than anyone else.
Definitely the guy that we want to pop off as well, but
A fade eye over towards A.
as we start
The problem with this
off,
fade
another
eye
thing that we
is it
have
doesn't
seen
scan
in the
like
past weeks
anyone
is,
close, so you can
slight
just
differences in how some of these
weigh
teams
it out.
operate, and
There's normally at least
a
give
lot
them a
more
good amount of
teamwork
info.
coming from teams like, you know, Team Secret.
DFM
or
just
RQ,
waiting because a lot of
whereas
people have been doing
Bleed
like a CB
sometimes
pinch at the
you don't
moment for
feel
their
it as
pistols, so I think
Lotus,
holding
if
a
anything,
default at the
is
beginning makes a
map where
lot of
they
sense. Also, you
would
can
be
see if they go
able to
aggro
show
over
that
towards
to
A.
us.
Prowler goes in, they
They
want
have
to see
to
if
do it right
anyone's over
now.
towards rubble, clears all the rubble.
No better opponent to defeat than DFM. No better opponent for DFM to beat than Bleed either. We start things off very safe. Not a lot of contact, not a lot of information from both sides.
Yeah, it looks like DFM here playing from the attacker side, trying to see if they can get some contact and get a little bit of damage done. So far, they chipped away at Retla, but that was
pass
about
and
it.
stack.
Haven't committed to any of the
Info.
sites at the moment.
Info if they
Big
late
stack
push here, and
from
this is going to be a
Bleed on
retake
the
of A. And
site,
honestly, the stack
actually,
at the
trying to get
moment is
ahead
looking good. We
of
really
the
having a
push was
two-pass and
going to come
fake.
in, but DFM are waiting until pretty much the last second to go for
yeah, it
an
looks like
actual
it.
push, which
Don't know why you need 2 to
is
open
pretty
the
split
door
at
and
this
do a
point, but
Prowler,
Spike is
but
heading
here we are.
towards C.
Does pull
Okay.
1, 2, 3 rotates off as they walk in, and even Ye was looking at the minimap, to be honest with you.
Or just getting a better position, but trying to hold things up from around
There's a
waterfall.
lovely
DFM's
molly
working
that
against the
went over
time.
towards the back of
There's
sight to
the-
potentially
there's
stop the
paranoia,
plant.
but May with the
It's
crosshair
hit by the
point was
Omen
still
flash,
able
but
to
gets a
snap
kill
on towards Ye's
before.
head. A bit of
Damn,
a
bro,
trade
let this
going
guy
through,
go.
and then Mace
Molly
fires right back.
towards
He's got pink
Heaven
shells
as
at the
well,
ready
gets
as
an
well,
extra
and that
one.
does not give Zest any room to work with. So you already have the
while
sight.
that's been
You
going
already
on, we've
have
had
the
a
plan.
luck towards
Also
spawn, so
have
pretty much an impossible
Anthem
pistol for
coming up from
Bleed to
behind.
win.
How can Bleed retake?
May, yeah, May is so good.
There
Dude,
goes the first body.
Did are people here for when we raided May and he was just playing TDM?
From Cess.
Guy's an
And it's
actual
gonna give
beast,
DFM the
man.
first
I
win.
like
It was pretty
something.
interesting
There's
because
a few
Bleed, they
players
were
where like
kinda
I can
stacked on
just
the
watch them
C
for a
side. It
long
looked like
time
they
play
would be ready for
TDM.
the push to
It's
come
like
in,
Tens when he
and
streams, I can watch that. Something when he
they-
streams, I
they
can
got
watch him
onto
play
the site.
TDM.
And,
And
you know,
May's
the
been added to
utility
the
usage
list.
was decent, but
So
it's kinda
fun to
rough
just
when
watch him play
May gets
TDM and
blinded
just
and he
one
still
tapping
picks
everyone.
up a couple of headshots.
Scream, oh yeah,
It's like,
Scream.
okay,
Scream
well,
would definitely be one of
felt
them as
like
well.
the positioning was good, but May's crosshair positioning, as you mentioned, was just better. And he was able to lock down a couple of kills. Team was able to get in with a pretty
Jing,
safe push.
yeah, I imagine
without
Jing's
much
great
of
as
an
well. I
answer
haven't
from
seen
Bleed
that,
this
but I
time
imagine
around,
that's
and
similar
once he
level.
gets set up there, you know, it's pretty difficult to retake that one.
Sometimes that's all you need, right? Like just that few seconds before your screen really goes blind, and May's still able to get a sense with the muscle memory to aim over onto his head. So it's a little
What's
bit
going on there?
unfortunate for Bleed. I mean, the ideas were still just about right.
Not
But
like this.
nonetheless, May
Oh,
wins
okay,
out
we're
the
fine.
battle against
We're
Ye
good.
for
Don't
the
sorry.
time being.
May versus Ye. Ye versus
Clutcher, that is true though. That is very
That's
true.
right, that's right.
Who's got the better raise?
For now, it's going to be May. But I would not put Ye down. I mean, a lot of respect to all players on the server right now. As
Whoa.
Bleed pushes out onto Mount. Oh, with
Yeah,
the classic
Double
scary
dinks.
length
We're
of
seeing coming
shots.
in. Spike
Bit
is
of
down.
support coming out from
Yeah, they got to
Retla as
pick up the
well.
smoke, and they
he
want to try and
continues
juggle the
to
guns
pepper
away
them
at the
full
same
of
time.
bullets.
Neff, meanwhile, gets a
9mm
kill over
and
towards
DFM
A,
fall
so
back. It's
could
gonna be the
potentially
Outlaw
get
that gets the
some
first pick up from
map
DFM.
control.
Cess
And
trying to
Scary's
barrel
killing.
through,
There's
but
no
it's
way
not
he
gonna do
aces
all
on
too
the
much.
eco,
Scary
right?
now. It's
Oh
on
my god,
for
they're
the
trying to
third
enable
kill.
it.
It's continuing to shoot through
Oh my
with the
god.
pistols. Are you kidding me? Do not
Holy.
give me a classic ace
I've
in
never
the
seen
second
that.
round.
I've never seen a classic ace against a
Tries
full buy in a
to
pro game.
stabilize the
That would have been
team.
mental. I'm not even sure I've seen a 4K
Around
with a
almost
classic, to
gone
be honest with you.
horrendously wrong due to a classic.
Yeah. I mean, it was a classic 4K, which is bad enough. How did they let that happen? They were like, oh, okay, you want to fight us? Sure. Sure,
Yeah,
they
the
will
mound
just
duel
hit our
looks pretty
shots, you know, your
scary.
head's peeking above mound, like that's easy enough.
There's
You gotta
people
hold
like
on,
that.
and then they just
Seen
kind
a
of miss
few like
everything.
anti-ecos
And
go
Scary
over
doesn't
towards
miss a
C and
single
get
shot.
punished.
That is the most impressive
You're
thing
just
for
so in
Bleed right
control
now.
of like I mean it's an
as the
unfavorable duel,
controller,
right?
he's
This
being
guy's in
supported
charge
by
of
his
how much of the
teammates
head he
to
shows
push
and when he
out,
can
to collect
peek. You're out in the
nominal
open.
kills. The IGL calling such a strategy as well. I mean,
This would be a
perfectly matched.
massive win. Does have just a
little bit
classic 80 HP though.
Misinformed for TFM,
Turret,
if anything.
the Neff goes out,
Yay
Now-
down to
and he has a
first.
molly.
It's a 1v1
And he's got a
here
lot of
between these
util.
two. I
This
mean,
one molly or
Ye
double molly?
also has a classic versus a
One molly.
Vandal. I
If Yay
hope.
wins this.
Also, there's a turret.
Whoa.
Okay, okay.
Just hold it.
Faking the door a little, I guess, and Yay just decides to hold it. Thinking
Wow, I was
that
worried
maybe
for a
he's
little
gone
bit.
through
Did
the other
connect the
side of
shot.
door.
54.
Apparently, that was a clutch.
And this was a very good eco.
Fantastic clutch going the
Very
way.
good eco.
Excellently done.
Yes. Who's up by 4 kills now? Well, Scary has 4 kills of his own. Okay, I really got to see this because it was not much utility. You got the pink shells, I guess, coming out from Yay. But Scary, just perfect, pristine crosshair placement. Nothing too far up or down on the Y-axis.
Yeah,
and
the
he's
guy
just
saying
able
who got 4 kills saying
smoothly
nice
go
try.
from
That's what
head
you
to
want to
head.
hear.
Timing of the
It's
rhythm
gotta
and
feel a
how
little
he
bit hard
controls the
done when you
recoil
do
of
all
the
of that.
classic as well, at that range.
Big Byron for bleed, and they
Because
go
of that,
aggro over
don't
towards
have
A,
that many
take
guns
control. We'll
on
see how many
DFM
people they
side.
manage to
Light
set up.
shields, if any.
DFM,
Anthem on
just
just
again,
Sheriff.
just chilling. I wonder how often we're just going to see them just hold a passive default.
Yeah,
Very
they have like
potentially around for Bleed.
2 Vandals.
Ooh.
Bit of damage already done to May, who, with the Vandal himself, is trying to get his team out ahead, but takes an aggressive angle, takes some damage.
Right. I mean, the desk was right. There is a lot on May's shoulders. He's often the one trying to look for those opening tools. Rotations made across fourth, but the spike's still hovering around A.
C control, question mark created.
Trying to pull the rotations.
Turrets here, so
They're
they know
able
they
to
have
take
full
down
B
Yay as
control,
well
no one's pushed
as
aggro,
Scary right
and they
now.
want to go back to A and
That would give
take them off this
the A
angle at
site.
30
That's
seconds
what
mark.
DFM's looking for.
Normally means they're kind
A
of committed,
tries to
but because
blast
this
back
guy's
in.
here means they
Manages
can
to do
pivot over
so, but
towards
at what
B.
cost?
A is on 4
Oh,
HP.
Scary.
We got 20 seconds right
He
now.
was pretty close to getting his head taken
Scary?
off, but May essentially already is. Down he will go. Scary
15
takes him down,
seconds.
gets the contact, sees the pressure,
they gotta
calls
go.
his team over.
Just
Oh my god, he's
back.
fragging so heavy.
Contact
8-2 and
continues to
3 rounds in.
collect. Quadruple kill and pretty much DFM's dreams of winning this round dashed down in the dirt.
This was not a good round from DFM. Like, the overall map
Taking a little
control
too
was
much
cool, but it was
time
just
and
like a little bit late because they held the
Bleed doing a
passive
phenomenal
default for like
job at
maybe a little bit
controlling
too
the map
long.
doing
They then took
early
C
damage to
control,
DFM.
had this control, but then they're re-clearing
Scary
rubble
able to pick
control
up
at
the majority of the
35
kills.
seconds.
Really
That's a
crisp
nightmare
stuff.
to do.
I mean, you know, pokes out, doesn't take any damage, and then just lines up. Very nice crosshair placement. Sees Cess as well.
I mean, Scary did incredible
And,
as well, but they
yeah,
had to kind of
little
rush their peaks a
reaction,
little bit, right? There's
but
no util to
So
back
far,
it up.
seems like he's pretty locked in. Talk about Yay versus May all we want, but
Nah, it's scary.
Scary is actually on top
Scary.
with a 4K classic
One-way smoke
epic montage.
with the
Um,
fade eye as well.
Yeah.
Good to see it's the good
if
one
they
way
can
as
get
well.
Another person. We saw Zest, we saw Yay. have
One
their
away
moments.
from Razor.
another
We
one
got to
on
start
that list.
looking at
Maybe
some of the
Bleed have a
money
better
because this is a
chance.
massive swing round. I say that.
For now,
They're
though,
probably
DFM
fourth,
trying
right?
to change things up. They want to be a little bit more decisive, Valdez, about how they want to hit a site. So a lot of utility just to take control of a mound. They don't want to repeat of that classic round. But then holding, just in case they lose any early players. Neth on a bit of a lurk will be able to find Yay's head. Now rotations pulled and split across. Perhaps slightly easier for them to take down C. No, still playing around the door.
And it could go quickly into B here. We do have Zest in position trying to feel this pressure, but he's got
Goodness.
a lot of utility.
He
in his
tanked a
face.
lot
It's
of
down the
util.
push.
Still
He's
2
going to
people
come into
here.
C,
Killjoy decides to
actually.
make a play.
Wow.
And
And C
how
continues
on
to fall
earth
back
did
bit
the
by
Omen
bit.
not kill
Darren
him?
Takes down Anthem.
Yeah, Molly's
Maybe a
good to
simple
potentially
trade.
stop the plant again.
It's almost
Two
as if
people
Bleed
heaven.
wants to
They
play
get a
for
plant and he
retakes.
spams on this.
Looking for some of these
It's not the
simple
spammers was
duels
expecting, but
where
they'll
they're
take it.
not able to trade. They don't want to allow DFM to trade.
Scary is pretty scary right now.
3v3. I mean, Scary
so
has
locked
Omen
in.
Flash. That is the big thing right now.
I believe that's like his 9th or 10th kill at this point.
Omen Flash goes 1-2. Hit everyone but the
Teams to work
Killjoy.
rest of the team, they're all kind of split up. He's got his smokes, and that's what he's known for. That said, it's not going to do all too much if DFM has the spike and they're playing the time of it.
Good reposition.
Zest trying to take matters into his own hands.
15
Scary
HP.
makes use of Zest's position to come back in.
Oh my god, he's
for the
11-2, by the way. We're 4 rounds in.
He's able to get the defuse as well. 11 kills right now
Yeah,
in round
he's coming
4.
for the kill record.
What is going on with this guy? I mean, he's not missing a single thing. And
that's
this
really-
one is a real clutch.
This roll is an
watching how the
absolute
fight
shot.
plays out, right? That's really how Bleed operates, because Scary is the IGL now. The first 2 rounds where he got all those kills as well.
Oh,
He gets the
bro.
information because
I wonder
he
how
makes
much
use
damage
of
that
his
after shot
teammates
did.
to go out and retrieve the information for him. And then he's
Yeah,
able to collect
forces them
all
down
these
to an
kills.
eco,
Yeah,
so
He
massive.
looks so happy.
Massive round,
Because
and
he's
Ye
wants to
gets the
get these
off
clutch
out.
moments.
Yeah.
Yeah. But remember, if he wins, he's got to do that little dance.
He does, yeah. Maybe he really wants to do it. That's why he's popping off so hard. He's like, I got to get that dance in. I got to show everybody my dance.
There.
Uh-oh.
Wow. A little bit of an unfortunate whiff from Ye.
Initiated.
That's going to open things up here for DFM to potentially push on to B. It's almost certain at this point. So there's some extra utility
Do they-
in.
do
Here
they
comes
just-
May as well.
Does someone try go for the gun?
Along with the lockdown and the blast packs, just to
If I'm one of,
bypass
chat,
the
I'm one of
mid-point
these guys
utility.
right now.
Get a little bit more space.
Going
now
for that
spike
gun.
planted.
Like, if
Scary
I'm the fade
continues
right
to
here
play
and no one
safe.
opens the door in like the
Not
next
really
5
exposing
seconds, I'm
himself too
opening the door,
much.
getting that gun.
Waiting for his teammates and reinforcements to arrive. Cess gets further information.
What?
No, he actually
Why?
Huh, interesting.
lets the ultimate complete.
Bomb grenade out.
Meanwhile, the rest of DFM, though, because the spike
Gotta
is
keep an
down,
eye on
because
Medusa at
they've
the
got
moment. He has
Showstopper,
double
they're
mollies
actually
lining up for them.
hanging
May has
back.
his ult as well if he wanted to send it in
Spike
at one
continues
point.
to tick away.
Molly, first
Look at
one's
this
gone
lineup.
out.
Got a
we
snake
go.
bite down as well.
Yeah, and they just have too much
Showstopper.
util for
Bit of a
this.
spying
Combo
time.
too.
Just gonna let it happen. There's not
Yeah,
much they can do
someone
about
could
that.
definitely go try
Lots
get
of
this
nice
gun over
lineups
towards
there
her.
As May will go down, just making 100% sure that they do
Killjoy
not
get it?
defuse
It's
that
close.
I
think
still
so.
like that. I can respect that a lot from DFM. I mean, first of all, incredible shot from Medusa onto Ye. But secondly,
I like the strat though. Like the overall
making
strat
use,
is
like,
great.
clear
Killjoy ult take
strategies
them
to
away
push
from
back
here, and then they
Bleed,
just have
get
double
the spike
mollies and
down,
then,
then
like lineups in terms of
lineups
Viper
and
lineups
strats
as
to
well.
secure the site.
Yeah, very very nice.
Imagine using strategies instead of just shooting them in the face.
Yeah,
I know.
just straight up
Crazy.
strategy
But
there.
which one's more fun? The classic
11-2,
kills or
and then everyone else has 2 kills.
Yeah,
post-plant lineups?
I think shooting them down and you know, getting the audio cues. definitely
Why did the
feels
defense
better.
not do anything?
Well,
Bro, they
like, we'll
couldn't,
shooting
really.
things down.
Killjoy
I got
molly
a surprise for you,
into
Lotus.
Killjoy
But when
molly.
it's a win,
So first of all,
right? So
Killjoy ult, so they're
even
far
if the
away, so then
lineups
they
are
got to
right,
read
get
clear
you
all the
moving.
areas that they've been pushed off
You're
of.
feeling pretty
They
happy
use
about
util
that.
for that, and it takes up a bit of time.
And
Then they
DFM,
got to go into sight, then
pretty
there's a
nice
Killjoy
setups
molly going
so
off, that's
far,
8
but they did
seconds,
have
then
to
another
use
Killjoy
Showstopper
molly, that's 16
lockdown.
seconds,
They
then a
didn't
Viper molly
have,
starts landing, and by that time the
firepower in
spike's
that
like,
last
what,
round, which is part of
10
why
seconds left, and they got
feels
all
very
guns, and they
nice
know that another
even though
molly's
they
coming
use those
later,
ultimates,
and they hear the Raze ult that they want to avoid.
they still got the win. They got a lot of money
There's no
back in
time.
their pockets. They're able to buy up now
Bomb grenade out.
and get into a position where they can actually challenge for the future rounds.
Toxins going up there.
Back to their pistol round strategy, though, Bleed. Pushing out together as a bit of a squad just to take control over B main.
Yeah, there's a Raze
pillars,
nade in there that I didn't
play
talk
around
about
the
as
door.
well.
That would be cool as well.
That should never be
unfortunately, a bit
happening,
of
man.
contact
How
we received
are they
there
allowed to
pulled
just
him
send it in
alone.
there like this? It was like
Just
next
gets
to
the
no
information,
util.
but also a bullet to the face. Viper's Pit now
30 seconds
available
left.
for DFM, and that blocks off Waterfall.
It's just so much.
Yeah, and
crucial space being
I'm
denied.
enjoying
I mean,
DFM at the
you can
moment. It
spam
feels
all
like
you want,
the
but it's gonna be difficult to even get
it
that
feels like, you know,
lineup.
when you have perfect Valorant where it's like one ult round into the
Trying his
next
best.
round, which is secured by an ult, and then you have your next ult. It's like that
Beyond the
stuff.
round
That's what we're seeing at the
calling from
moment.
DFM
Potentially, if
from
Fade can
Anthem
try and get 2
so
kills
far has been
as well,
great. I mean, they're
that'll be the
pulling
one.
out defaults, slowly moving across the map, sustaining minimal damage, and once they get the sensing
Yeah,
for
if I'm Fade here, what's
Bleed's
people's
setup
money?
on the
I mean,
side,
technically shouldn't
that's when
be
they go
hunting,
in.
but I would be tempted.
Darren's none the wiser.
Darren goes down. Bleed are just going to save after this one. Viper's Pit committed to.
Yeah, dude, the
So
guy
they
in
used
sight
3 ults
on
to win
C
the
has to
last
get one here,
couple
no
of
doubt about
rounds,
it.
But I'd say 100% worth based on the current state of the game. Unfortunately, they're not really able to punish Bleed on the backside of it, but that's just fine.
I love how we can like kind of hear the audience clapping a little bit off of the win.
Yeah.
As soon as,
If
like,
you're a
DFM
duelist and your aim
fans-
is shaky in the
but
game,
because
you
it's not,
try
like,
not to
super
go for the
loud
off.
roaring
It's normally
applause,
like, that's how you
makes
get
me
easy
think, like,
kills
it's, like,
normally.
tiny
That's how you get your
gold
confidence up
platters.
sometimes. If you can't rifle, you just go for an op
Fantastic.
because it's just
I mean,
hold angle
especially
click.
after around like the last couple where it's like
You maybe
ooh,
just
we
don't
got
feel
this
confident
very
with an op,
strategic,
I guess
very
is
nice
the only thing I'd say there.
entry onto the
The
site.
ops are the
and
easiest
then
kill in the
nothing
game, man.
happened for a minute.
Very fanciful.
Yeah, it's kind of
Just expensive.
the chess match rather than the boxing match.
Where are
Bit
you?
of spam, gonna do a nice amount of damage
But
already.
like,
using
maybe
May,
this gun's the easiest.
and
kills
since
in the
it
game.
already taken a bunch. Somebody get Achilles on the line.
Yeah, Scary really trying to shut me up with
Snowden's
this
getting
again.
too much value.
I do admire it though, what Bleed is trying to do. And I admire how DFM is trying to
I hope you're not
haul
talking
their
about
way
opping on
around
attack
this
though.
map as well.
As a
But if
duelist.
you pay attention,
In which
Jay has
case, just
pushed
buy
out to ground.
buy a run and gun,
Great
man.
positioning
Buy a
to be
stinger
able
or
to
something
pick
to
up on a
send it
single
in.
kill
Buy a
if
Bucky.
he's able to find it. Question is, will DFM anticipate it? Foot's been spotted, Prowler's been used, and he unfortunately has to double back.
Good pressure though. They know that someone's still out over towards A, so they have options.
He had
Good
pretty much a
bold
free
swing,
lineup.
man. But
If he
Scary,
was
I mean,
not
he's
rooted
fragging
out
heavy.
there,
Why not?
Scary back on the board.
Pretty
think I would
decent
not have shot
awareness
that.
from Anthem, but Scary as
And then
well.
create
just
pressure
to
that they
stay
could have-
tucked behind a little corner.
On a bit aggro.
Fire off safe shots against his opponents. Now Zest controlling trees still.
A good amount of pressure over towards A though. They're
Definitely
walking
not a
towards
place
B.
that
They got
DFM
none of
wants to
the
explore.
afterplan
So
util,
headed to
and
B
May wants to
instead.
try and get
May
a kill.
Trying to seize the
And
space,
yeah,
but
this is much
unfortunately,
better.
he
A lot of
doesn't
people
have
surviving
amazing
here.
or the timing. So Darren will be able to shut him down. Neth is the only one left on a bit of a lurk, and the entirety of Bleed squad working against him.
10 seconds left.
Well, swings that again, tries to take another, but kind of just tries to stand his ground, get some value. He's not going to just run away from that one. That entry on a B felt a little bit lackluster, you know, some low health bars already, and they didn't quite root everybody out before they actually went for the plant. Also, the fact that they lost a couple of members before going for it just made it feel a little bit desperate. So Bleed back on the scoreboard at least, keeping things close. Pick up their 3rd round win.
Neither team really seeing a need to invest timeouts just yet, seeing as how it's pretty evenly matched for now.
Oh,
The IGL
they were
team do
so
all the
committed
work
out there.
here
The Killjoy heavy
to
committed.
secure a strong lead.
Yeah, at least this time they're doubling over. Oh
Doesn't
my
quite
goodness.
work because
Okay.
Yoden was
And they're
there.
both
Now we're
committed
headed
over towards
C,
site.
but
Big
guess
shot.
what? Ye
That's
is
the
here with
ult.
an operator still.
Right?
Flicks the shot on towards May. I
Oh.
guess we have our answer for now as he pulls out the showstopper. DFM no longer able to break
Yeah,
through
much
this door
better
set up
shutdown
around
here.
C site. Instead, they're going to go through the rotating door.
I think you might see a
B
timeout from
potentially
DFM here because this
pulling
was
up
like
around pillar.
maybe a
Scary.
bit
Playing
too.
it safe around. See,
Oh, let's
Main,
wait.
excuse me. Unfortunately, receives contact against Anthem. Ye will continue to explore and sound off his operator, and that puts us down to a 2-on-4.
Yeah, Ye has just been, he's been desperate to get value out of this, and finally in this round, it's very apparent that he's getting quite a lot of value out of the
Yeah, and he's been
operator.
moving
Already
around
3
a lot.
kills, one with the showstopper as well. Medusa gonna pick up another kill for himself.
That was a bit too much though. Just heavy focus, thinking they were both over towards door. Hey guys, 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 guys.
Another one.
Please.
And it's all up to
Don't
Darion
do
now.
this stuff.
All of a sudden, somehow,
Oh
DFM
my
find a way
goodness.
to get
This
plan
was one of
down.
the worst we've seen. That was
Just
why
split up.
just why for all of the
All across
decisions
the
that I
map,
saw.
divided they fell. DFM
Just from one door opening, they think they're
worked
both
together
over
with this
towards door, so we
buddy
walk
system
down
where
here.
Medusa struck from behind, and
Then we're
now
just
they've
taking
got
the solo
site.
duel when you have map control and
Aaron's
you
got
can
his
just
work cut
take
out
all
for
of
him.
this.
Turret and Nanoswarm
Because obviously this
available, but
guy
goes
can't
further
be
in to
here
explore
to
first,
open the
catches
door,
Anthem off
which means that
timing.
they're both A. So you can take all of this map
Slightly more
control.
doable, but will Medusa get the drop on him? He hops off at the halfway mark, but
Oh,
Medusa
boy.
just a little second faster.
Crazy.
Hence
Well,
DFM up by
It's a
2
massive
rounds now.
2v4 to lose.
Nice try by Darion, but that was not a round I think that Bleach should have lost. I mean, they got
4-2.
so many initial picks that go the way of EA, and then it's just a couple of members that are trying to opportunistically peek. They get caught off one by one, and eventually it goes into a 2v1 scenario in favor of DFM after they get
Hello, Yampy.
3
How we doing,
picks,
mate?
essentially for free.
How we doing? Nice win the other day.
Unfortunately lost, and it makes you wonder if it
Have
still
I
is
eaten
some
today?
of
No,
these,
not
like,
yet. I'll eat after
or
the
language
this game.
barriers. But whatever the case is, it's unfortunate and it's tough. Each and every single one of these players definitely have the individual capabilities to pop off, just like what we saw from Ye. You know, sometimes LS, you get dealt the cards that you have. You have no choice but to play them, however, the best way that you can.
Cover going out.
So, back to it.
It's weird
trying to
because this
control
guy can now
A-Rubble.
clear this angle and tell
Smoke
them they
setup
can
and then they
walk
fall
through
back.
the smoke, and then they can potentially
Yeah, DFM
walk a
certainly
little bit
not
closer, and the
scared
boom
to
bot
take
misses
their
the
time,
mark
maybe
as well.
Getting the read that Bleed is just going for these very
They still
risky
hold the double
peeks,
setup A,
although
which I'm impressed with
oftentimes
considering they
maybe trying to
util.
get value out of that.
It's a great Omen flash.
Paranoia through. Advantages duels as he peeks out again.
Ah, he's
trying
done
to
so much
hang back
damage.
around the corners.
Holy,
And
it's
that's
so
just
much
incredible
slow.
one-on-ones. DFM.
How many
not
rounds is
quite
he
having
just
the
going to be
confidence
responsible
to
for
take
winning?
it on against him.
Cover going
30
out.
seconds left.
3 members gone now. We're back in another 2-on-4 situation where a single player is taking out 3
He's
players.
just getting multi-kills all the
comfort zone.
time. Okay,
2v4.
it's a 2v4, but there's 20 seconds left, so I'm
Shouldn't
not
be,
worried.
but-
I'm not even worried, not even a
Let's see
little
how
bit.
Bleed, you
There's
know,
no
they
time for
kinda
them to
lost
mess up
from the
this bad.
scenario last time somehow, but
10 seconds
well,
left.
yeah, there's only 10 seconds left, so they're just gonna wait.
Hey, what though? Bleeds are actually
And,
getting
that
like a
should
good
be the
amount of
end the round.
rounds
Doesn't
here.
look like they'll even push.
Like 4, 5. They're in a good
definitely a
spot.
better look
Been
this
a
time
lot
around.
down
Nice
to
defense out
Scary.
there from
Like,
Rubble,
pretty much
especially from Scary,
all
who was
unscary,
able
but
to line up
okay.
some really fantastic angles to allow him to take a bunch of consecutive 1v1s.
That's just incredible. I mean, I gotta see this again because the way that he
Yeah, his
takes
Omen
on
flash
some
was
of these
incredible, yeah.
duels,
This shot was
isolating
great as
every
well.
single little angle. He knows when they're about to peek out against him, and he hangs back behind the little corner of the wall. And he
Yeah,
uses that little
his
spot to
movement,
actually wall bang
sidestepping, and
against
just
them.
like knowing when they're gonna
Very,
peek
very
him,
incredible
and
stuff.
just
I mean,
pre-firing
it
essentially
looks
is
a little bit
perfect.
cowardly, but it's the right way to take on
Movement
those
is
duels
the
when you don't
one.
want to expose yourself to too many angles.
It's the best way to play, cowardly or not, you know.
Tactical.
Yeah, tactical. It's
That's
a better
the-
word for it. So Bleed
Dom,
actually calling the
but Dom's
timeout
here as well.
Even
The
though they
Thanos
did win
of
that
Polaris.
last round.
Pretty much.
Just saying, okay, well, it's not exactly the cleanest game I've ever
What
seen.
is this timeout?
so
I think this timeout is
let's take a
so
moment
fine,
here
bro.
early on,
I'm so fine
somewhere
for them to
halfway
take
through
a
the first
timeout, yeah.
half, near the end
There's
of the
been
first
so
half
many
to say,
mistakes,
okay,
and
let's
Scary's
calm
just
things down, let's
bailing
fix
them
this
out.
here.
He also might have a read in terms of what
And
DFM want to do,
see if that does
so
work
there's
out for
that.
them.
But I think there's a
I mean,
lot of
yeah,
stuff
right?
they
Like,
need to
you
fix
know,
at the
it's
moment, so...
Not the cleanest rounds, but some of these plays can be really clean, especially when you have these players from Bleed who are able to perform to such standards.
Like this
Then you
is
gotta think
not
about the
consistent,
timeouts
bro.
as
You
well,
cannot
because
rely on just this.
Lagia has some kind of an
15
idea,
to 5,
to
round 10.
take the lead in this first half. This is their map pick after all. They might have fallen to Zeta last week.
Yeah, so
but
they shut down heavy
there is a
towards
chance
A
for them
and
to
here, and
really
they were
take this
expecting
win
C, so we
against
got more
DFM.
of a
Remember,
kill
Bleed
setup
are
for when they
still
satchel
looking
in
for their
towards
first
site as
win.
well. So
BCT
I think this is a
stage
good
one.
change up from what I've seen here. I goes in, I spots a lot there.
A couple of shots fired through. Still kind of controlling around it. Scary looking for an angle as he plays around the door. Very smart.
There.
Just gonna ping it. It's funny too because we talked about EA versus May in terms
I think
of
I
the
like
race
how
battle. Both of these
DFM
guys are on the
changed
bottom
it up
of their
from the
respective
timeout as well.
scoreboards.
Way more
EA trying to
decisive.
come out here,
They're getting wrecked
trying
by
to
the clock.
challenge
So
from behind the smoke.
got to go
see
a
if
lot
he can pick
faster,
anyone
and
off.
this is,
He will not
I
be
mean,
able
this
to
is essentially just
yet.
map control into sight here.
Very controlled plays.
Spike
And they
That's
killed
it
the raid
now.
boss.
DFM having the coordination and teamwork to take
A
multiple
lot of
duels
damage
along a
done.
single player. Take down
Spike
Zest and
planted.
Scary. Getting the spike down now.
Big
Trying
nade.
to catch time against Ye, but Ye's just a little bit sharper.
Big nade for these guys.
Reloads and waits for
Comes-
teammates to arrive.
comes to the
Darren
damage.
does have the lockdown if he's
Be a
able to
better nade
arrive
than
from
that.
behind.
Not gonna lie.
Medusa, though, does he have the awareness to check around his back? Alarm bot goes off. That should give him all the signals he needs. Gets the duel on towards Darien. Retla trying to fire off and trying to hold Neth back. Neth continues to push out front by himself. Now Medusa joins Neth. And
Yeah, and I think they had to swing
together
earlier.
walk in towards the Viper's pit where
30
Retla will be
HP
able
got
to
pretty
spin
close
around
though.
and spray
Nicely done.
them
Yeah, I think they had to swing when the
downtown.
Viper was going
Back
out, but
up
honestly,
5 to
it pretty much
5.
was 50-50 at the end here.
Managed to secure the round.
Yeah, nicely done by Retla there at the end just to get that
Yeah,
get
big
that
run
pit
from him.
up and hold on for dear life. Again, not the cleanest gameplay I've ever seen, but a win's a win. Yeah, nice angle here. You know, he's able to go for the double peek with Retla as well in order to get that pit online, and then essentially just sees where the shots are coming from, and Retla is able to spray them down.
Thanks. And that's he's like,
No problem, Retla.
nice run. Thanks. I mean,
A lot of
it's
ults here
incredible
as well, so they
because
can really get a good
DFM
half from this.
I mean, both
And
teams
this is already a
sometimes,
pretty
they have
decent
these
half.
advantages where they are actually able to sneak out rounds. Medusa was able to hold it down with Seth. But once they tried to walk into the Viper's
What am I
pitch,
watching
kind of
over
not
towards
covering
here,
each
man?
other or some
I
stuff,
did not want to
there's
see
nowhere
that.
due to,
So, Zest,
not so well
there's a
coordinated
reason that
plays.
Zest no
They
longer has
actually
double
lose the
Prowler,
advantage to
and
Bleed, and that
they messed up
means
the
it's
timing
credit
with the
to,
door,
individual
and the
performances
Prowler
like
didn't
Retla.
make it through the door, so the Prowler was stuck
As the
here, so then he has
time
to
picks up 5 to
re-Prowler
5.
over
Now,
towards
Bleed
Rubble
does
to
have a
clear over
chance
towards
to
A.
a 7-5
We've got
first
no
half.
Prowlers for this retake,
DFM
so
tries
let's hope
to
the guys
go
on site can
on
kill
the
everyone.
aggressive into the site, but they burn down to the defensive setups from Bleed. May still kind of stuck in there. The call has been made to hang back,
One
and
enemy remaining.
as he tries to step back out, Scary along with Darren will be able to find these
Don't
angles.
have to retake this one. Weird,
and just shoot
weird not
them down.
expecting
Last round.
any of these
6-5.
angles after they've done
Yeah,
the
they got
whole.
pretty delayed by that lockdown, and then a couple of dinks. Nice shots there from
And they
Darion
could get really good half.
from range.
Get an
to
extra one
push
here?
them away. Lockdown did get destroyed, but they were already backing out and kind of on their hind heels, not really ready for the pressure. Retla good position there, kind of delays the push as well, and then Scary up top as well. Able to line up a couple. This guy is really on fire. I mean, he's
Yeah,
almost
and
at
not
20
it.
kills.
Most
before
maps
the
for
first
DFM
half
have been
is done.
pretty complimentary of like the
So-
macro play of like how they
Remember,
approach
four
the
of those
map
were
and just
classic
create question
kills
marks
from
and
the
just like
second round.
That did happen,
have a lot of
yes.
pressure
Thank you for
everywhere.
reminding me.
Double
This map, it just
the
feels
top,
feels
fragger
not-
from DFM. That's
doesn't feel like the
unbelievable.
understanding's great on this.
Now Nightfall has been invested just to either push
They're
push
forcing
DFM back
so
or get
much.
further information.
In a
DFM's
comp that
already
struggles
lost a
to
player
force.
now. Trying to find another opening.
They got a little crossfire here in B-Main, and that's going to be a kill going over to Ye already, but look at this.
One enemy
And now
remaining.
they get contact, and
Spike
then
down,
Zest is
B.
able to swing out and take down another. Going to be big advantage to Bleed here as DFM. Seems like they have fallen off the horse a little bit.
Okay. Just a little. We'll see if Cess can bring us back from the brink. From the shadows back in towards A site. Goes in to check
30 seconds
stairs.
left.
But look at the positioning from Bleed. I mean, this is great. How they're holding around these
He has no
smaller
idea, but
corners, not in
kinda
open
picked
areas. It's going to be tough for Cess
The
to find
worst
even a single
possible
one.
place
If
he could have gone.
does,
Oh, maybe.
he finds
Then does he
Darion.
ever get this plant off?
Retless should be able to swing out. 10 seconds.
Oh.
He takes a little bit of damage. Scary right behind him.
Okay, almost.
Will be able to secure the
This is a
frag.
nice try in
That's
the 1v3.
19th one for Scary right now.
Excuse me, what the?
As Bleep ends this first half with a 7-5. Whoa, a little whoopsie.
Yeah. Scary going to end the first half with
19 to 6.
kills.
Yeah.
And
Good half.
certainly the main character at the moment.
The
with
vibes.
multiple
The
big
vibes are there,
clutch
man.
moments.
They're mulling the
himself.
diffuser. They're all having a laugh.
DFM, not the cleanest attack.
Yeah, he
side,
came
I
onto
would
the
say.
stage
I know I've said
smiling.
that a bunch of times, but certainly coming out a little bit sleepy here. I think May not really able to get much going on the
Vibes
raise either.
confirmed.
Not any big entries or big moments from him. And
Change is
now they're going to have
happening.
to move over to the defensive side. So Bleed definitely in the driver's seat at this moment, winning 4 rounds in a row. And feels like, you know, even though things were a little bit wishy-washy early on, they kind of just hunkered down and played better Valorant and were much better there
Oh my God,
defending
they're back. It's the
the
Bleed
second
fans.
half. He came here from France.
That's so cool. Sign in Korean as well. I mean, I do feel as though
Brent
it
has
really
1
is
hour of them.
because
Maybe.
Slight moments of hesitation from some of the DFM players, but apart from that, also Bleed doing a really good job. That's a really cool drawing, Wingman. Bleed doing a really good job of stopping DFM as they try to execute. You know, you always have these traps from Darien or maybe Retla, a well-timed snakebite or two, or maybe just Scary holding down a position by himself. And DFM not having the coordination nor the confidence to really dive in. Slightly different from the games that we saw from before.
Right. DFM, we got to remember as well, they got a
We'll
pistol
see if
into
they
that,
can
so
redeem
that's even more
themselves in
impressive
this
from
second
Bleed.
half, because if not, right now Bleed are in control.
Yeah, they definitely are. I'm excited to
The
see how
sign, I
fast
mean,
they're
it was
gonna
like, it
come
was a
out
good
here
drawing though. Give him
and
that.
how spicy this is going to get for their attacker side. I think when they've got this much momentum, you really want to put on the pressure as much as possible. Let's see how their pistol round is going to look at
Bed-eye
first.
info,
They
C,
clear out Mount,
question
and
mark
now immediately
created,
rotating over
similar
towards
situation,
A.
just different team. Right, create a question mark.
You have
They
that
could have gone
toxic
close
screen
over
that
towards it
allows
with a
them to
fade,
walk
hitting
up,
nothing.
Take control of the door.
Yeah, they got to be
if
scared
needed.
of rubble because the eye came in.
Meanwhile, it's a little bit
DFM
more
going
crucial
for
DFM
contact
to take
into
matters
Prowler
their
into
own
Omen.
hands.
Flash
Want to see how
over
the
towards B.
calling from Anthem can really shake
What is their
things
reaction
up.
protocol from this going down?
If they
Prowler
are to
take
find that lead
control,
again.
break the turret.
Sends out the Prowler, doesn't see anything around pillars, opens door. We know they're not around C. So Neth's calls should be accurate, but it's a little bit too short, too shallow. Bleed has the timing to get the spike down, and a little bit further for Ye to
And
peek out and get a single kill.
you would imagine that this retake
Yeah,
should be
just,
pretty
free
hard.
entry
We've got
into A.
fade eye
Trying to
into
go for the
nades
retake,
into
but that
Omen Flash
one
as well.
pickoff on Annette is huge here for the side of Bleed. Is now everybody just running in.
Yeah, they didn't take too much
They know
space for the
exactly which
util.
direction they're coming in from. There's a lot of work to get done here from the side of DFM, but they've only got a couple of members left, and Anthem is super low.
Last player standing.
That's
Right,
gonna
nicely
do
done.
that. So Bleed
1-1
right back
in
on
terms of the
board with
pistols.
a extremely dominant pistol round.
Yeah, it was convincing.
Just to get it started once again.
Bleed just knowing how to ride this bull. They know exactly how to play this map. That's why they picked it, especially on the attacking side, with the rehearsed strategies, with the way that they know how to go around the map and get information as to how DFM are defending. It's that much better for them. Meanwhile, DFM, they try to get some of these reads, but it takes a little bit too much time.
Right, it's
The
a heavy
rotation's
commit.
just not quite fast enough.
Heavy commit on the bonus. Every
Maybe
death.
the decisions aren't
It's pretty
quite,
impactful if you're
informed
DFM.
enough, it feels like.
Whee,
Wow.
okay. Hey, Bleach, he changed up his...
Well,
Smoke.
it's significantly decreased
flamed him
the
for having the smoke
chances
too high
of
the other
a
day.
Classic 4K.
The
Here in
vibes
the
have
second
changed.
half.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
I know
hitting
we've
their
had it
smokes in
first,
terms
and a
of
lot
changing them
people
up
were
as
very
well.
excited.
Oh,
The chances were like, what, like 25, 50%?
we're
more, and then
improving.
with
It's a
that, now
lower
we go down
one-way
to, like,
Yeah.
than it was last time we used to default like this.
Scary.
Continues to pad his stats as he finds more targets to click on. Picks up a couple, now swings along with his teammates, always behind them.
Yeah, they got to be careful. They don't want to lose any guns here. So,
Cess,
although they want the orbs,
along
it's
with
not
May,
really
just trying
worth.
to possibly
I
find
could
some
argue
right
this is
clicks
worth
or
farming, but
two. It's not quite going to happen. They know they have to die to the spike, so they're just trying to set up for it.
I mean, Bleed, they had a decent position to deny it as well, I feel, but maybe
Right,
not
still
wanting
a
to take
good
any
round,
chances
though.
themselves, and they're just going to wrap around a little bit too late as they're already in onto the B site. Will be 9-5
yeah, everyone's surviving.
in favor of Bleed.
I'm interested.
That is
Hopefully
their
EA doesn't
6th round in
rebuy
a row.
armor, but I'm just going to highlight
And
it
I
just
have
in
to say,
case.
I mean, a lot of the last bunch of rounds as well, there has not been much of a fight in the side of DFM. Obviously, this round you weren't going to be able to do much, especially with some free kills going more in favor of Scary, who can hardly believe it himself that he's up to 21.
I mean, he is up by 21. That is incredibly impressive. You have to admire how every single one of his movements is so tactical. Even when he got that first kill, he had a one-way smoke that gives him a bit of an
no armor rebound that one,
advantage.
which is good
Even if
sign.
his
And we get our
opponent peeks out
first full
against
buy
him.
rounds. And I mean, the bonus from Bleed is great.
It's always these tiny little
Comes the actual buy.
tactical
Wanting to go
advantages
over
that he
towards
gets.
B. Feels like DFM had a bit of an
enable
idea
him
this was
to
going on. I like this
make such
early alarm bot
calls,
over
to
towards A. This
find
gives them
such
so much
skills.
info. Even if you re-clear
Or
rubble,
bleed
they
up
still
9
have to
and
go
5.
hit this alarm bot. They have to
With
like
full
pretty
buys now
much
from
commit
DFM,
into it.
hopefully
This
they
might
have
give
a little
them.
bit more confidence.
I could see
to
more teams doing something like this.
get
could
some
probably block
information
this
and
as
get
well
some
with your
reads
wall,
against
right?
Bleed.
See some
I
trickery
mean,
there.
it would get blocked
Yay,
anyway once you see the smoke
sneaking
go up at
past
the
Viper
beginning.
wall, trying to open the door and see if they can pick off the guy at Mound, but Sass was able to feel the pressure back away
This is gonna be interesting.
and survive. So it doesn't get picked
Is
up.
this-
That could have easily
I wonder if
sparked
this
a
gives them
full-on
hard
rush from
info.
Bleed into the C
You could have a
site,
good
but not
protocol
gonna be
around
the
this where
case.
this alarm bot goes off
Prowler
and then
to
you
check pillars
Prowler
as
out here.
well.
If the Prowler doesn't hit,
They've
they're
rotated
committing
around
A.
to
If the
see they
Prowler
don't
hits,
see
you know they
anything. The
split.
Hunt was invested too.
Like, I like this a
So they
lot.
should
I
be
think more teams
rotating
could
fast
heavy
enough
use this.
onto A. They're making the moves now. Neth tries to spray them down as they take control over tree.
30 seconds.
It
Being
goes
on
in.
the
We've got
site.
25 seconds on this one.
30
And no one's hit this
seconds
alarm
left.
bot, so they know they're all
Bleed
going
needs to get
tree.
the spike down.
You don't even need to worry, my guy, about the left. Oh, you're right,
Great
even.
way to kick things off. Spots out the first, and Ye has been eliminated. The rest of Bleed now. Nobody wants to push out
They gotta go.
because of that
Oh,
smoke.
I think Satchel would
10
have been better
seconds
there,
left.
but
Now they make their move in. 6 seconds, and
Prowler,
the spike
Fade
starts
Eye.
to go down, but
Fade
Anthem
Eye.
is here, and he's
Prowler.
ready to wreak havoc.
Go. just shoot him.
3 kills, and then
Okay,
the
nicely
final
done.
one
Dude,
coming out from
silent
Cess.
MVP with this alarm bot. I'm telling you, that's sick.
DFM getting the good reads because of the information gathered from B, from C.
Mr. Monster, thank you,
Bleed
thank
a
you.
little bit too
Appreciate the
much time.
gifted. Thanks for
This
doing that.
round also comes down to how well timed that dark cover from
Yeah, I
Cess
mean, they
was.
know they're all there just from
Yeah,
the
that was
info.
pretty nice. I think they gave a bit too
That's
much
why they
time
got too many
over to
people, yeah.
DFM, as you mentioned, to just kind of get
Not
in
a bad
position.
bonus, a
DFM
really
been
good
bit
bonus in terms of the
slow,
amount of damage
to
done. You take
respond,
that.
So I feel like Bleed were getting a lot of advantages by just kind of getting in,
Jez
being
underscore
decisive,
W as
making
well with the
plays,
tier
but
1.
that time they just, you know, they waited, and then there was
Honestly,
like 3
Jez, you've been
utilities
at
right
that
on one
for a
spot,
good
which
amount of
easily
time.
all just got sprayed
Maybe
down,
one
and it was
day.
just like, huh,
That's right.
well, that wasn't really the entry we were looking for. So,
Whoa.
yeah, Bleed not gonna like that one. And now May out
Oh,
here.
with the Omen
out
flash on
of
top,
bounds
and
is
they're
going
kind
to
of
be
making it
spotted by
look
the
like
turret.
a pinch that people would normally do,
Support
but there's
two
no
of the
pinch
players, so
involved.
already pushing in here is Bleed.
But the Killjoy gets full
Both
info.
teams trying to play as cautiously as possible, but sometimes to
Shot,
their own
man, and I
detriment.
thought he was going to get caught out with
Nightfall
his
now
molly
being
in his
invested,
hands, but
Neth able to answer back in kind. That was a single peek from Ye. No support. Retla might have been able to use that timing to sneak up onto stairs, but he knows that he can only hold this position now because he's been spotted. The
Hey,
rest
Joe.
of the team, though, trying to get the spike over onto the site.
dude, people
A
are
sudden
crouching so
peek out
much recently.
along with teammates now.
It's wrecking everyone's
from DFM,
pre-aim.
And it's too many targets for Retla to hold.
Yeah, good duck as well from May. Just
Yeah,
avoid the line.
it is a good duck.
Medusa
I
up
see it all the
top
time
here,
in
and
pistols to
he's
wreck
not gonna
people,
win
and
that one.
I'm
Scary.
seeing the crouch swing
Back
way.
the stats even more.
Whoa!
Wow.
Wait,
Always
OHP's
good on the
2 and 5.
Zest here to back him up as well.
Remaining.
Down to low HP, and Cess now
Down A.
is looking for the final target to hit.
As is all, if he can pick up the spike.
Spike is not
30
yet
seconds
planted.
left.
Have the spike.
He does have
Imagine this
his
guy walks over
ultimate, though.
towards C already.
Watch them.
He's gonna
I mean,
make use of
he's
it to
here
bring
relatively
himself
early.
all the way across the map,
Spike
cutting out
planted.
space, and that's going to be Cess now trying to find his
EP out
positioning.
is good. And it's a plant that
This
can be
is
for
where
anywhere.
Scary shines the most, even
But
with
the
low
good
HP,
news
I
is
do
he has
not
the
wanna
best
doubt him
agent for
whatsoever.
this. You can
Got
smoke
a
the
nice
spike,
lineup
tap it
here
out,
onto where
and
he
create the
planted. Let's see
pressure.
if Cess can suss this out.
Gonna check heaven. Oh my god.
Looks like he has.
Damn. Nicely done. Good attempt from. I mean, honestly, Bleed did good in the
Fantastic shot as he swings
3v5,
out.
is it? To actually
Anticipates
manage
some
to make this one a
Omen
little bit
players,
close.
No Omen players. They're bromans.
They're broken.
Yeah. A
Well,
little bit of a Dr. Seuss moment. Susses him out for sure, Valdez.
yeah. Yeah, Ye kind of solo peeks in that, even though he doesn't have audio, doesn't matter.
Standing.
They take out Retla, and then,
One enemy
you know,
remaining.
honestly, Bleed should not really have been in that position. They did a great job to clear the site. Scary picking up another couple of kills. Pretty happy about that one.
Get an
But,
outlaw
yeah,
out on the
they got pretty
killjoy.
close,
So
but now it's DFM. A couple of rounds
all
under
people
their,
that can get
their
one shot
belts.
here. Nope. Decided against it.
This is getting closer by the round.
That's right. 2-round deficit for DFM to
Yeah,
catch
and this
up
is just a
onto.
massive rounds
Just got to
again.
be a little bit more
Just
decisive. I
another
think that's
one where whoever
the
loses
beauty
it
of
has to
Valorant
eco.
is that you have all
Got
these
2 ults
interesting
to combo well
agents
together if they want
that
to.
enable you to find tactical advantages, even if you don't play, that safe and that slow, that cautious. Sometimes you need
This is
to
nice
have
though.
the
They
confidence to be able
prowled
to
all the
dive in
site. It's like a
shots and have your
prowler all
teammates
over
here to
towards
back
site
you
at
up,
the
and
moment.
that's
What the
exactly
hell
what
is that?
DFM's trying to do right now in this retake. The Nightfall sent out, Showstopper deployed. He's looking for Yay.
Yeah, and
He
that's the combo
finds
that I
it.
was talking about. Minus
Explosion
80 to
goes
the
off.
Razor as well.
Now Cess comes
Doesn't
back
have
in
to get
for the
too
trade.
close.
Bit of a
And they
double
did
kill, and the
so
snaps
much
ontowards
damage with
Retla.
that.
Darian coming back in to trade up, but down to
Oh.
the 2-on-1. He sees them stacked up, and he's
Whoa.
trying to play around
Dude, he got
the
an extra
corners,
dink in there.
just like
I
Scary
thought it was
does.
done.
But
He almost double
Anthem
dinked them
swings
both.
out against him, takes the initiative
Yeah, the
instead.
Fador just did so much,
DFM
man.
now
It was really,
one
really good.
round
Fador minus
away
80,
from
get the kill
tying
in
things up.
heaven. Then there was like a body shot from it as well.
That's
They got a
pretty
lot from
chaotic
that.
rounds that time.
It's Mike. Thank you so much, man.
getting in
2
onto
gifted
the B
subs
side, the
during all
Showstopper
of
to
that.
take down
And
Yay as
Trico
well, as the
SSBM as well with
Rays
the Prime.
still
Thank you very
battling
much.
at the
Thank you,
bottom of
thank you.
the scoreboards in the 1v1.
It's a Mike. Thank you very much
But
for
yeah,
doing
they were able
that.
to get on in there, and it
Double
was
gifted,
made
bro.
pretty close. But DFM
Appreciate
once
that.
again continuing with their onslaught. And
Trico,
that
thank you for the
was,
Prime,
a
mate.
bit of a buy round last time from Bleed as well. So
Yeah, big swing round,
just
and
gonna have to
with
lose
that,
even more
go
momentum.
down to an eco.
And DFM now
The next round's gonna
definitely
be
feels like
Manning.
they are in the driver's seat.
Oh, they're kind of really ahead in the
Okay,
full
one
economy.
away from his own showstopper.
So most likely we
hoping
go
get
to 9-9,
revenge.
but then oh, why not
Whoa!
talk, man? Look at this.
All right,
How does that
I was
even
just
happen?
gonna say, very much better from DFM as they take
How did he
more
miss
space
that?
across the map, but then
Oh
once they
god.
start to expose themselves in these open areas, you get that shot from Ye, picks up the
Whoa.
Showstopper, tries to swing it through, but the space has been made for his team until Medusa swings back around on a double kill. Ratla takes him back down, but the team from
W'd
DFM
forwards, and
has arrived
Ye
on
was
the
so
scene.
sure he was running back.
Darian and Retla, both Singaporean players. They know each other really well. Hopefully trying to
Oh man,
play off of
it
each
was
other,
in
but
their hands.
just
It
proves
actually
too much
was.
to
They had
hold
this
and
round.
handle once you have utilities.
He went forwards
and
round
the
the
entire
corner, and
force
he
of
was so
DFM
confident he ran
running
back.
up against you.
I mean, it was nice decision making.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, nice try from Ye. Does open up the site a bit. He was very close to hitting a showstopper, but Medusa did a great job of just evading.
Wow.
And then he lines up 2 incredible headshots as well. So credit to him for holding down the site, giving time for the teammates to come on over and kind of avoid a catastrophe if they lost to 5 sheriffs.
I love that. I mean, we said, especially on the desk, that there's a lot of pressure on May's shoulders because he's often the entry fragger opening
Okay,
things
2
up
on
for
each
the
team that can't buy
But
next.
now we're seeing Cess and
Evan
Medusa
Nade
finding
gets
some of these
dodged.
frags, finding their impact in the
Omen
map.
flash for the side where they had to have dodged the util though.
Which
That's
is
kind of nice,
exactly
but they still hold
what
on
the
to map
doctor ordered
control.
for DFM. Taking decisive
And they
control
used
of a round
everything.
now,
They used everything and they
which
didn't take
funnels Bleed
anything.
towards other sites, and that's where you have a lot of traps and
Ever,
kills or utility
Prowler,
up around A.
Fade-Eye, Nade, Omen
Anthem
flash.
ready with his Prowler to get information outside of B
All of
pillars as
util
well.
basically.
Just going to use the swarm grenade just to make sure.
Has he fired his Odin yet? Oh, a little bit.
Of course, I mean, if you have an Odin, you got to fire through some kind of wall. Otherwise, you're not doing it right.
That's true.
Yeah, once they did the Omen flash
Not
and they
sitting
knew
there
they
with
were
the
that
Lucky in the
side, I
corner.
think they've got to send it, even though it is
Gotta
a
make
one-way.
yourself known.
Like, I think you have
Speaking
to
of
send
which,
it.
Ye is leading the charge for the team.
Okay. They should be able to hear these footsteps up around heaven now. Toxic screen comes up at
30
the
seconds
right
left.
time. Oh,
Rotate
saved by
just came
2.
in as well.
Look at this. You even
Omen
have
flash
Cess
ready
with
to
the
go. This guy
paranoia.
said,
They try to open the drawer to maybe barrel through C,
now he's alive.
but they're
He's lucky that his Omen's
many
flash hit so many.
obstacles in front of Bleed's way.
15 seconds, get the melons ready.
Who's going to be the first player to throw themselves in harm's way to open it
God,
up
this
for
is
the team?
absolute melons. It really is. They
Trying
can't even get
fan
up to
out,
the top
but
of
now 9
sight.
seconds left. Spike It's taking way too long. Cess is already prepared to take them down as they try to walk on through.
Oh,
That's the second
man.
shot now. Anthem with a double kill to give DFM the
Guys,
lead.
there's no time
They
for
didn't
any
have
of
it at
that.
the start of half, but now in round 19,
This
round
was
20,
this was a
Call a timeout
shambolic
after
round,
that
bro.
round, and they do.
Oh
The
my God.
Timer stopped.
Dude,
That was,
You
I mean,
gotta
they got
take
themselves
space when
into
you
a
use that much
position
util
where-
at Mounds.
By the way, great play here from Made. Just once again, we saw this actually in the first match as well. Just run through the swarm grenade in this case and get the jump on them without them expecting it. They think they have that closed off, but yeah, I mean, they were in a position where it's like, okay, they're either going B or C, and there's only 15 seconds left. And so everybody on the side of DFM is just waiting on B or C and like throwing a bunch of utility into the choke.
Good
and Blade were
timeout
like, well, I
because
guess we'll just try to
you
send
got
it to C.
you gotta say
And
that,
they just
man.
get
You gotta
absolutely mowed down.
take space when you use that
And
much util.
Nodi covering the flank.
You have literally a
exactly
combo
like-
Just felt
that
a
you
bit
know for
desperate.
them to dodge
Yeah,
it, they
really
can only be in
unfortunate,
this site.
'cause you want to
Then you
have this
omen
game
flash
plan.
this
You
site.
know
That's
that
so
the
sick.
single side
Right?
is
You have a
already
really
blocked
cool
off,
little setup.
but
You got a
every
really cool
single
play.
other
Go one way up on the
pathway,
top
every
here, so you know
other
they can't be
road
on the left.
has
Omen flash
some
goes
kind
in,
of an
hits
obstacle in
2.
front of it.
No one sends it.
But I like this timeout. I like that Legia's getting active and trying to, direct them as to where they're needed to go.
I'm not even that angry about the time thing, because the time
Perhaps
thing only happens because they used all their util for this
More
and got
coordinated
nothing.
set play, something of a decisive execute from Bleed to take matters back into their hands. They do have, Viper's Pit, a lockdown available to them.
IGLing?
We'll
Yeah, I
see
think the
what DFM
IGLing
has
is
coming
struggling
for
a
us as
bit.
well.
I agree with
Yeah,
that.
I do feel like you're onto something. I think Bleed should have some sort of set play.
At least he's
But
fragging
let's see,
out
it's
heavy.
actually going to be May. Comes
Whoa.
out here quickly.
Wait,
looking
it's
to
the
punish.
BC pinch, but they've
And
added
he
a
just
little
gets
bit
blinded,
extra
still
in.
gets
I
the
say it's a BC
kill.
pinch, it's a C pinch
The
just
rest of
on
the
its
teams
own,
there
so
to
it's
back them up as
essentially a
well.
C push, but they have a lovely molly that
Instead,
goes
it's gonna
here.
be DFM with the decisive set
Yeah, I
play.
like this addition.
Well, that's something you can
Extra
do,
molly into
opponent
this
calls a
area, which
timeout,
most
and
people
you're
are
like,
falling
okay,
back to,
here's
so
what
they
we're
tank a
gonna
little
do.
bit of damage. That
Let's
was
get
cool.
right in their face. Do not allow them to set whatever they want to set up.
Dude, I was really expecting
And
people,
we'll
or at
just
least
take
someone
them
to
down
face from B
first.
here.
That's incredible. I mean,
It was
this is
just
how
a straight up
DFM
C.
could actually
Send it.
reach map
Molly
point
behind,
first.
clear all this info, they get the spike.
Now just
Couldn't be
holding
any
up
better.
around the edges of this,
And it was a good,
dark cover
and we'd call
where
this
the
every time we
spike
see it.
is.
The attack timeout
Not quite
into
sure how
some
Bleak can
defense
fight their way out of
aggression.
this one.
Everyone's
Man,
like,
what's gonna
okay,
do it
cool.
has to be
Remember what
between these
Legia said?
players.
Remember what we're all doing into this round?
Given their
And then just they're all
familiarity with
talking
each other,
about
but
it, and
look
they
at
just
what's
get
happening.
exec'd on.
Darren's actually running all the way across
Crazy
the
how
map.
many
He's,
times it happens.
on a bit of a solo mission.
We mention it every single time
Sure.
it happens, so I know the OG viewers
Might as
are bored
well.
of hearing it, but you got to call it
And,
out until we stop
you-
seeing it.
They don't have the spike, but at this point, maybe they're just trying to
Got to have that guy in your
survive,
team that just goes, hold up,
Okay.
guys.
hold on to their guns.
Go to
I mean,
timeout. They're gonna
just
probably.
trying to get to a safe spot here
end
in
it.
Rubble where they know DFM are not. And with their economy in ruins, I mean, trying to hold on to a couple of rifles to try to give yourself a chance to win the next round, perhaps this is their best play.
30 seconds.
Yeah, lovely call from DFM on this one.
Medusa just
Better start looking over
trying to
towards
craft some
here.
random timings so that he doesn't get
The
his shot
1,000
in
on top
case
of the
there is someone
surviving
around the
players.
smoke too. Yeah, both teams just trying to play it safe and trying to hold on to whatever advantage they have. I definitely did not expect, I did not think that DFM was going to go hunting.
Dude, they might do it again.
So now,
So many ults in.
economy not great for Bleed. They do have a lot of health.
Obviously not the same strat, but they might go
Yeah,
aggro
they
again.
do. It would have been nice
Can I get a
if,
drop?
they could have used a couple of those in the last round when they had
They
the
got
rifles
Razor.
to get something
Fade.
going, but
Fade could
DFM
definitely get
just
this
got in
orb
their
over
face
towards
too
here.
quick.
Just fantastic stuff from DFM. Whether or not it's the coach or the IGL, great call to seize the day around C. Carpe diem, now we're on to the next
The
round.
alarm
and
bot
it's
that we were
Bleed
talking about as well.
trying to
Love
make
that I
use
see
of their
this in here.
current weaponry. Pushing up on
Okay,
towards
now they actually
A.
find it as well.
They do have control over Rubble, but here is that Odin. It is
They
a
played it out
stationary
early.
turret, though, if you're firing
that
off
kinda
of
means
this
that
thing,
they're heavy
so you're
committing.
still susceptible to wall bangs, and that's what Bleed is looking for.
Oh,
Oh, brilliant shot
what?
from me.
why is the Killjoy
This
taking
time it
fast
feels like
duels?
Bleed are just like, okay, we're just going to send it,
That's
They kind of have to.
Yeah. At this point, they are pretty committed. But there's not a lot of rotations, not a lot of, change-ups in what they want to do. It's essentially just let's slowly push forward and try to win some duels.
That's right. At least Retla opened up the door, so there is an alternate route if they want to take it. I have to respect Ye a lot, though. I mean, look at how he's trying to open things up for his team, pushing out front, you know, smoothly, safely checking every single corner. But unfortunately, a team not quite there with him, and DFM
Why
are
does it
just
never
able
feel
to
like
pick
normal
apart
raises that I'm
lead.
watching though?
Each and every single one of these,
like, you know, when you watch a team with a
just
raise, it's
fall
like
down in the dirt.
util setup
Yeah.
for a raise to
They're
double
not able to
satchel.
use
Why
any
does
of
it
their
feel like we're
ultimates.
playing?
They're not able
Why does it
to
feel like we're
set
playing
anything up, not even a Nightfall
the-
coming through from Zest. You know,
the
some
raise like a
shots fired
chamber?
through,
We're
but
just
it's
going
almost
for
like
individual
they're
aim
trying
drills
to
on the
set
floor.
something up, but they don't actually ever commit to making the play.
You get what I mean? It's never someone just sending loads of utils so he can go in and frag people with double satchels.
And I think the
It's
straw
just-
that really
it's
broke
just like
the
picking.
camel's back on this
Weird,
map
man.
was the one after
Oh.
the timeout.
What's going on? Okay,
Yeah,
3
that went
chances.
so heavily in favor of DFM that it was like all the air was taken out of the sails of Bleed.
And they
And now
lose
this feels like
their
a very one-sided
smokes
affair.
over towards C.
Scary already going to be taken down, and he's the one with like 27 kills. So the one guy who had the big hot hands from the beginning of this map is now down.
Man, it's
Keep
such
in
a
mind also that
disaster,
this was
isn't it?
Bleed's map
Really is.
selection.
Oh,
And you know, they've looked decent on this so far this tournament, but tonight it's kind of hard to say the same. And DFM have risen to the challenge in a big way.
You should run.
truthfully. Again, I mean, the battle
Killjoy for
between these two
Killjoy.
teams.
Do they now
Bleed's
try and
looking
send
for their
it?
first win, and DFM's looking for their second, just to prove that their win against T1 was not just some kind of a
Oh
a silly
boy,
fluke.
called.
It's not just a one-time wonder.
Oh boy, okay, well, I thought
Definitely trying to make it happen
I
again
thought we were
now.
gonna get
Both
wrecked a
sides
little bit
having
there,
the
and they
ultimates
didn't hit
to
the mark. I thought they were
barrel
gonna run
on
into
through.
it. Ult goes in, clear over towards
Another
site,
Nightfall
and they
sends
get the
out
plant down.
into C-side.
Anthem also
Yes.
has his fade ult. Yeah,
Trying to take
and this with
control
the
of
spamming
things.
could work
Redlaw
well.
making use of his Viper's Pit, but you do have a bit of
No
a
way he's going
counter
for this plant.
from Anthem's Nightfall.
Spike planted.
A lot of utility being
Where's my guy
tossed
Heaven
through,
dueling
but
here?
still not quite enough space. Zest, unfortunately, trying to hop
Lovely
back
molly.
over
Oh,
into a
man.
safer
Complete
position,
madness.
exposes himself, and that's going to be a shot down in.
Got shots on site though.
Bleed. Darian tries to take matters into his own hands, holds the angle and takes down 2. But Neth with the operator chimes back in. Initial pit falls. Retless still
Yeah, he got
alive and
forced
up
back
and
from
running.
his ult.
Ye trying to protect his teammate as
They just wanted
best
vision.
as he can. But unfortunately, the
hell.
numbers prove too overwhelming. And the teamwork from DFM
Yeah,
exposes
I mean,
some of the positioning from the Bleed
it-
players and gives
it
them
just doesn't
the
feel like a
targets they
normal
need to
attack
hit
half,
in
though.
order to
It really
get
doesn't feel like a normal
13 to
attack
9.
half.
DFM closes out Bleed's map selection.
It looks
Yeah,
so
great job from
buggy.
DFM. 8